So I recorded this video, watched it through, went to upload it, and then immediately canceled it because I missed out a lot of parts in this video I wanted to cover. But we're talking about Ben Askren, the latest update about his lung transplant. You might be wondering why I'm dressed like this. My stepdad and I are getting married today. Had a little thing in the morning, small, only immediate family. Very grateful, very happy about that. Seeing my mom get married, be happy, all that family stuff. And we have a update that kind of continues that energy. And originally when I recorded this, I was very straight to the point, and I left a lot of things out that I want to cover. So we will read through this really quick here. Ben Askren receives double lung transplant. Every day he has is a new gift. According to his wife, Ben Askren has received his double lung transplant. Askren has been hospitalized for several weeks with pneumonia. About a week ago, Askren's wife Amy shared an update that Askren was officially on the transplant list for his lungs. On Monday morning, Amy Askren provided another update on her Facebook page, telling the world that the former UFC Bellator and One fighter has had successful surgery. We are so thankful to share that Ben has received a double lung transplant. Askren wrote, "We are forever thankful to the donor and to his family. This is the beginning of a new lifestyle for Ben, but new day he has is a gift. It still doesn't feel real that he was walking around completely healthy just 5 weeks ago. So much can change so quickly. Please keep Ben in your prayers that his body welcomes the new lungs as if they were his own. I am constantly in awe of all the people carrying us through right now. I can't wait to tell Ben all about it. I'm hopeful that in coming weeks, Ben will be able to give the next update, but hopefully he will wait until the jokes are off." Little funny comment at the end there, but this is awesome news that, he's on the list, well, got on the list, got his transplant, and now he's in the recovery phase. Like, dude, I'm gonna work it out quick here. Maybe I should have done this before recording, but I never prepared for my videos. You guys know that. 40 years old. Damn. I think he's a little bit older than that. 40 years old, and this hits him, right? Right after he retires. Healthy dude, college wrestling, high school wrestling, and, and then 2 decades in MMA. What I stressed in my other videos was the fact that he just retired. This is the time he's supposed to give back to his wife, give back to his kids, and really enjoy the fruits of his labor, right? And he was. He was spending time with his family, posting on social media, playing his character up. Ben Askren is fucking hilarious. I don't care what you say. Ben Askren is a character that MMA needs. And you know what? He didn't have success in the UFC. The guy was still a monster in One and Bellator, undefeated, ran through everybody. For a time, they were talking about him fighting GSP, right? But, all those accomplishments, all those fights, all those interviews, the numbers, the wins, the losses, they only matter for those 2 years. And the problem is that in situations like this, we have the healthcare system. Now, it doesn't matter where you live, Canada, America, Brazil, wherever you live. I feel like we can all agree the healthcare industry, specifically the insurance industry, is an absolute fucking scam. There is no way around it. I just had to renew my tenant insurance, right? $300 a year. I'm never gonna fucking use that. As long as I'm not an idiot. I don't leave the stove on. And unless like a very, very special circumstance happens, I'm not gonna need it. And then the moment I'm gonna need the tenant insurance, well, what about this? What about this? You didn't read the fine print here. But this isn't, a house. This isn't an apartment. This is a dude's life. Life insurance. And you're really going to deny somebody who has been paying you premiums for years and years and years, decades, right? The moment you need it, no, go fuck yourself. And somebody like Jake Paul needs to step in. Jake Paul makes an emotional Ben Askren plea in post-fight speech after Julio Chavez Jr. win. Jake Paul used his post-fight speech to tell fans to donate to his former opponent, Ben Askren, following his big win on Saturday. The YouTuber turned boxer defeated former middleweight world champion Julio Chavez Jr. in his toughest test to date after surviving a late onslaught from the 61-fight veteran. And after a customary heel promo to rile up the California crowd, he quickly turned to a more serious topic. After fighting in 2021, the relationship between Paul and Askren never really improved. But when the former MMA champion's health issues became public knowledge earlier this month, he was quick to offer his support. Jake Paul used his post-fight speech to raise awareness for Ben Askren fundraiser. Jake Paul had to overcome a late fury from Julio Chavez Jr. to make it a unanimous decision win in what was on paper the toughest test of his 13-fight career. Fans in the arena were vehemently pro-Chavez given the Mexican population in Anaheim and wildly booed his performance. But once he had goaded them by referring to the fight as easy work, Paul made sure to send a touching message to the hundreds of thousands of viewers watching on pay-per-view to support Ben Askren. There have been positive updates about Askren's improving condition. However, was recently confirmed that his insurance wouldn't cover the lung transplant he will need in order to fully recover on June 25th via a social media. Pro Wrestling's Mark Bader provided the upsetting update about his friend. And it's ridiculous, right? Like I said, you are paying premiums every month for how many years? And then the moment you need it, and it's going to turn into a conversation about what happened to Buddy on the street, right? Now, that did nothing, right? But that was an outcry then. Now, this is a big topic in the MMA community. Moist critical. Charlie made a video on this. Let's continue though. Bader said that despite the urgent medical care that he requires, the former fighter's insurance would not cover the lung transplant, that he needs, stating that this comes with astronomical costs, which is true. To support Askren and his family, a verified nonprofit fund has been launched where people can donate via Help Hope Live. I will leave all these articles down below. You can go click that link yourself. And Paul vowed to make a donation of his own in his first speech, telling Ariel Hawani that both he and brother Logan Paul would be putting their money where their mouth is. Jake Paul has already paid tribute to Ben Askren. The post-fight interview followed a passionate speech from Paul at his press conference at the beginning of Fightweight, his most valuable promotions co-founder and former UFC COO Nakisa Vidarian noted that he had been keen to contact Askren's family but opted against it in order to avoid being distasteful. And now I have the video right here that I need to make sure I have audio for. Yeah, we do. Alright. This is Jake Paul.
Saying insurance is a scam and it's so sad. Right when you need these companies, they're not there and it's up, and his insurance denied him to get the double lung transplant, which is also one of the most expensive surgeries, which is why they denied it. It just sucks. It sucks that no one's doing anything. I was obviously super busy this week, so we're figuring out the donation now, but none of these people like Dana or anyone's stepping in, so I feel like I have to do something, and that's really all it is. It's just insane. Insurance is
Okay. He has a point there too. He has a point there. Now, Chael has made his videos. Demetrius John, everybody, anybody who has a YouTube channel who talks about MMA has talked about this topic. But Jake Paul is absolutely right. Where is Dana White in all of this? You know, what about the record earnings that the UFC gets every year? Could you not spare the money to a guy who's literally dying? I don't know. I also heard too that Dana was talking to his family behind the scenes. We will never know, right? But again, Jake is completely right, man. Like I said with renters insurance, it's a fucking scam, man. And it's our health, right? You know, but that's the insurance job, right? We make you pay this money. We need to find every way to make sure we don't give you your money back. And like, what other situation is more dire than a double lung transplant? But no, no, no. That's not the issue. It's just, yeah, well, the success rate, I mean, percentage wise, it won't work. So, yeah, we're gonna keep our money. Um, but what about the years and years of premiums? Well, if you break your leg, maybe we can help. Um, strain your hand, we can cover that one. We can almost fully. It's fucking ridiculous, but I'm really glad that this is a community we have where the Ben situation happens, the BJ Penn situation, the Nick Diaz, and we're able to put all the drama aside. Stop having fun in the media. Stop, making fun of John Jones for being very, very, very fruity. And I am shaking my entire desk. I did not mean to do that. Um, it's really cool that this is the community we have where it can be chaos, but when we really need to walk in, when we really need to get behind something, we can. And that's exactly what we did with this Ben Askren situation. So I feel like I covered everything here. I don't want to make this video long. I really need to shower, get out of this, and go spend more time with my family. But please, you know, keep your loved ones close. Still share your support for Ben Askren, and I'm just thankful that he received the treatment he needed. That being said, insurance is a scam.